So I believe I read this article that was talking about a study that found that people's happiness level more or less stays the same throughout their entire life, which is kind of an interesting concept. So for me, I'm fairly future driven or oriented. Like, sure, I get stuck in the mundane, but I do like, you know, I'm motivated, I would say, by the idea of a better life in the future. And cool things that could be coming down the pike or whatever. And so, what's kind of interesting to consider with that then is like, well, if my happiness level is going to tend to stay roughly the same regardless of my station in life, um, how am I going to get the payoff that I anticipate from that future better life? Now, uh, I would say that probably all of us can look at certain things in our life and we can say, hey, these things contribute dramatically to how happy I am. So I don't think we all stay at the same emotional state throughout life. I definitely don't. There was a period in my life where I was doing work that I really didn't enjoy. And there were several factors. I think, and then also probably I was not, this was before my wife Rachel. I was not, I was probably a relatively lonely person in some ways. And that was a fairly difficult, dark time in my life. And so I do know that having work that I enjoy doing and having good relationships, I do know I am in a better, healthier, overall, much better life. Um, but it is interesting to consider the fact that like maybe our overall happiness doesn't like tend to go up or down a whole lot, that it mostly stays the same over our life, which I guess is encouraging if you think about the fact that hard things come and most of us probably are able to get back to about the same level of happiness as before eventually. Um, but but maybe it does it dampen our enthusiasm for you know the things that we could get out there or achieve if we think we're not going to be any happier doing it. Um, I think what I end up talking about here a lot is motivation. What's my motivation for why I do things? Why are people motivated? And I think it can be a challenge to really get your motivation centered on what is really important versus what sort of default seems like it would get you what you want. Um, Maybe I'm just admitting that I'm like far too driven by external things and external success, that sort of thing, and not nearly driven enough by love for God, love for people, and serving God and people. So maybe that's my homework. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. What do you find? Has your happiness gone up or down significantly in your life? What have the keys been? I do want to throw in here though. I do believe that inner healing, um, emotional healing, and spiritual freedom and inner work like that can happen in the context of God to man, um, and the truth in the Word and the Holy Spirit speaking to us. Those I do believe can make a real difference in your emotional state. All right, have a good day.